Welcome to the VACO Premier Partner Spotlight. Today we have cashVest by 3+1. And with us here today, we have Bo Blevins, who is the Director of Business Development. Bo, it's great to have you with us here. Tell us a little bit about 3+1. What is cashVest 3+1?
Well, Dean, thank you for having me, and thank you for the great work that you and the VACO team do on behalf of your membership. cashVest by 3+1, we are a financial technology company that enhances data to maximize the value on every single taxpayer dollar that a public sector, whether it's a county, a city, or higher educational institution, we want to maximize the value on every single dollar through data. These are not opinions. This is liquidity analysis created by public officials for public officials.
Bo, it's good to have you with us with cashVest 3+1. Let's talk just a little bit about data and liquidity and how that equals opportunity. You and your team discuss how your liquidity data can generate revenue for counties. How can data do that? Tell me a little bit more.
Dean, you hit the nail on the head. Data plus liquidity, which is the county's cash, equals opportunity. And how do we do that? How do we leverage data to maximize, again, the value on every taxpayer dollar? Well, first, we're going to aggregate all of the entities' cash and identify how much cash is available and for how long is it available. So what is the balance, the amount of cash, and how long is that available? And that's what this data does. Number one, that gives a county confidence. Number two, it allows a county or an entity to plan, and it allows them to leverage that information with their banking providers. So that's one thing that we're going to be able to do through the cashVest platform, is to identify how much for how long and leverage that with the banking institutions. Second thing I'll also mention is we do a stress test. And what that involves is it shows how vulnerable certain cash positions are. So while we're planning and using the data, again, to the exact day that it's available, to the exact day that it needs to be spent, how vulnerable those cash positions, and where do we need to plan, perhaps for a tax anticipation note or revenue anticipation note, if we see that there's going to be some lower cash reserves than needed. And if there's going to be more cash reserves needed than, or on hand rather, how can we put those to work and maximize those? And the banking institutions, financial institutions, they like that information because they can plan as well.
Bo, let's talk about process. How does this process work?
Yeah, great question. Simply put, we go in and we collect up to 24 months of banking transactions through view-only access through all liquid positions, banking and investment partners. And that's how we start our process. So when we're working with one of your members, let's say, on the front end of that is where we're going to do our data collection. And then from there, we take it over and we start putting it through our cashVest technology. And then we do quarterly reporting on that data, and we track the data. So I mentioned it's quarterly. So we're going to watch the market. We're going to see what the cash flows say, what the data says about the cash positions, and we're going to be in constant communication with the county so they can make the best decisions. One thing that I'll just reiterate is we're not a bank, we're not an investment advisor. We're going to provide sophisticated, accurate data around the county's most important asset, or one of their most important assets, which is their cash, so they can maximize value.
Bo, thank you for being here and being with us and telling us a little more about cashVest 3+1. Thank you for what you do for Virginia counties and for counties across the country. And thank you for being a partner with the Virginia Association of Counties.
My pleasure. Thank you.